fully committed, and then obviously towards the end of the first half, that's the wrong word in terms of fully committed. We were fully committed, but in terms of the organisation of how we wanted to be aggressive against them. And we did that towards the end of the first half. And thankfully, because what we spoke about at half-time to what we saw in the second half was, pardon my language there, was really pleasing to see, because it was that attitude and commitment and quality to cause Switzerland problems that I wanted to see in the second half. And we did that. The changes we made, I was happy with in terms of their intensity, their attitude to it. And obviously having that intent to cause Switzerland problems in the second half, which I felt we did. And look, obviously the last couple of minutes you're leaving yourself a little bit open, but I think amazing defending as well from Seamus, Nathan and Dara, getting blocks in, getting back in, and then giving us a chance to go and create again. So look, you'd say, like I spoke to the players about beforehand, and beforehand against Belgium too, that's the level you want to be competing at to qualify for major tournaments. Belgium, Switzerland qualify for major tournaments year after year after year. So you have to compete, you have to be clinical, and we weren't clinical enough in the 2 games. So that's something obviously we have to really nail down in terms of taking chances, making that decision in terms of controlling it, the right pass, the right time, and being really clinical and getting back to winning games again.
Are you disappointed that, especially in the second half, that you didn't create more chances and didn't work their goalkeeper a bit more?
Yeah, but that's the ultimate. You're getting, even from some of the set-piece chances we got, you're thinking we should be working the goalkeeper here. We're getting into really good positions, attacking the ball really well, good deliveries, and it's just obviously that fully final part in terms of working the goalkeeper. Little bit frustrated with that, but look, as I said right from the off, and I said to the players right at the end there, that second half was obviously really the response that I wanted to see in terms of getting after Switzerland, being really aggressive and showing that we can match these teams and compete with these teams and cause them lots of problems.
And just lastly, on that topic, the fact you couldn't work the goalkeeper a bit more, is that down to a lack of quality among the players on the pitch, or is it something else?
No, look, we were to see the areas we were getting into, and a little bit of, it's just a little bit of, in terms of composure at that right time, to find that right pass, the decision making in terms of, can you slip your mate in, or can you work it onto the right side, can you control it, is it the time to take an extra touch, find your mate. That was the frustration bit, but ultimately, as I mentioned, you hold your hands up too in terms of Switzerland. In that first 30 minutes were really dominant, really aggressive, and we had to stand up to that. We did, and obviously when you think of the goal they scored, it was frustrating too, because look, we watched it back. Dara and Nathan obviously saw how angry they were at half time too with the referee, to say that Dara's obviously stopped and the lad's gone over. So look, but still we can defend the free kick better. It was a well worked set piece from them too, you'd say, but we'd be hopeful of stopping that as well.
Ed Leahy, please.
John, just take it back to that chance for the goal. Was disappointed that I suppose if Dara went to the ground without making contact, even though he pulled back, it kept the referee a chance to sort of make it.
Yeah, well, ultimately, yeah, but that's where you hope the referee realises when there's contact and not. I suppose that's the key bit there. Yeah, you could argue Dara should have stayed on his feet, but Dara's pulled his leg away to obviously not make contact. So it's a frustrating one. But look, as I mentioned, you have to hold your hands up sometimes. Switzerland were dominating the game. We were obviously frustrated in terms of that, because we wanted to be aggressive. We wanted to be dominating like we were in the second half. And we did work it out. We got it, figured it out. But unfortunately, they obviously took that free kick, well-worked set piece away.
Sonny put in a little bit shift down the right in the first half, especially. All the places you gone down the right, you didn't much joy down the left. Were you tempted to make a change earlier in that scenario, or were you, I suppose, buoyed by the strong finish to the first half?
In what sense to change, Sammy, to...
Just, the change, I suppose, of doing something on the left side with Robbie and Mikey, not necessarily...
well, look, that just happens sometimes in a game in terms of, you see obviously the damage that Mikey's been causing towards the left-hand side in his recent club form too. So that's the area you're hoping that Mikey's going to be able to pick the ball up, combine, link, whether it be with Robbie or Evan. That's the kind of thought process there.
Owen?
John, if you had another game next week after the
second half performance, would you be tempted to start Ida and Ferguson together next time?
Yeah, look, you'd be tempted to, but also, you're figuring out who you're playing against as well. Obviously, the rotations in terms of Adam going more as a central striker and Evan dropping in around the area in behind, that's like more natural for Evan than Adam. So that just came the organisation for the second half, because you're wanting to you're realising Adam is obviously a threat, and that's what we were looking to do. You saw that obviously changes we made to get more threat on the pitch, to get more chance to pin Switzerland back, and Adam's physicality was a key part in that.
I know you just said in the television interview, we'll see what happens with regards to the permanent gig. You're certainly not taking your hat out of the ring, let's say. It's as I've mentioned before, it's only gave me a taste for more, whether that be with Ireland or with club football or whatever the case may be, in terms of. But this is an answer I was given 5-6 years ago, in terms of when I become a manager, or the chance to become a manager. That's what I was planning to do, in terms of having that process of learning assistant roles and then to take a managerial role. And look, it's something I've obviously loved every minute of, and been fully engrossed with it. And as I mentioned, it's just annoying that we didn't get a win in either of the two games.
Neil?
I can ask you about James, 2 90 minutes in space of 70 minutes. Were you expecting that from him? Did you know he was capable of that?
Yeah, you'd have a little bit of it. Not after the first game. Not after the first game. Once I saw what he did in the first game, I was fully convinced he'd be okay for the full whole. And obviously I had that in mind in terms of dropping Seamus back down into the kind of centre-back role as well, to kind of help the organisation side of things, and obviously get the experience of Doc on as well, Matt Doherty. So it worked well, and look, there was never a doubt once I saw Seamus play the first game.
Was that the energy gel he chucked back towards the dugout?
I think it was, but I didn't give it to him, so I don't know. I don't know who did throw it out to him. So, but I just saw him throw it back.
Finally, Dave in the live.
Tom, are you of a mind to ask the FBI now that you be considered for the job full time?
I think that's something that we'll obviously discuss later on. But for me, the full focus was, look, the two games, enjoy the moment in terms of learn from it, really understand it, learn about myself in terms of how I cope with the situation with the games. And learn, do I want to do it more? And look, its emphatic answer for me will be yes. But where that is, let's wait and see.
Not now, later maybe? Not now? You don't think now? It's like your instinct saying not now.
No, you're saying that.
Yeah.
I'm asking you, what's your instinct?
My instinct would be I'm ready, more than ready and capable to be a manager.
Dressing room 4 for the Prince Huddle, please. Dressing room 4.